the darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay! Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Well, everyone, welcome back. It is Zero Dark 30 blasting out of the bunker. It's Friday, which means this afternoon, if you are live on thepreparedmind.club or subscribestar.com, if we're live, we're going to be doing a free-for-all Friday. And, of course, Sunday is going to be Sunday Night Live. 6 p.m. Eastern will be live with everybody, including the YouTube crowd. That's why it's called the Zoo. Now, here we are. How much is enough, folks? How much is enough? How much SHTF do we have to tolerate before something gets done? Comer, Representative Comer, not former director of the FBI, James Comer, but Representative Comer says he's got somewhere between $20 and $30 million, he thinks. $20 and $30 million, he thinks he's got the Biden cartel that he can get if he investigates, if he finds it, if he can prove it. How much does it take? Does it take that much? Is it going to take $100 million? Is it going to take that much before he's impeached? Before he's thrown out of office in disgrace? It shouldn't take any of this. They shouldn't have to take bribery in these numbers. Any of his criminal acts should be enough. Even if he's not removed by the Senate, he should be impeached. There needs to be accountability. Accountability. It's unbelievable. How much is enough? How many people have to be killed by fruitcakes out here before they are condemned as the problem, not us? Before freedom is defended, not the lifestyle of the fruity and shameless, the wannabe who are actually fameless. Right? They all want to be famous. How much does it take? How much money before Biden is seen as guilty? How many times does Hunter Biden have to be exposed as a criminal before he's prosecuted? Well, the E3, the enlisted man, young man that is, who got the classified documents, stole them, put them up on the internet, not for fame, certainly not for fortune, but to show that the federal government is corrupt and lying. And what they did over in Europe, in Ukraine, is a crime. Criminal activity. He exposed it. Well, of course, he didn't do it the way they would want him to, which is, well, tell someone what you know. Right? And then they'll help you, and you'll be safe, and they won't punish you, and they won't throw you in jail, and they certainly won't kill you. Right? Is that how this works? Be sure and tell the bad guys that you caught them and that you want their help in making sure it doesn't happen again. They're like, yeah, we'll make sure you don't catch us screwing up again because we're going to kill you. That's how they do it, folks. Instead, this guy did the right thing, which is tell the world. How much has to be revealed before the world goes, yeah, you know what? These people are scum. It's time to stop believing them. It's time to stop paying them. It's time to stop letting them have power in office. How much? How much? Edward Snowden? How much? Julian Assange? How much needs to happen before this stops? How much communism in the mainstream media do we have to stomach? Well, thankfully, we can turn that shit off. Thankfully. That's a good thing. We can turn that shit off. They wonder how much it takes. Let's switch gears. They're like, how much does it take to break the American people's will? How many times do we have to show them that we're absolutely corrupt as the government? How many times do we have to shove it in their faces? How many crimes does Hunter or Joe or Nancy have to get away with before the American people give up on justice and realize it's a two-tiered system? Does Hillary Clinton have to have more felony crimes conducted in her own home that she gets away with before America gives up? I'll tell you what, folks, if it wasn't for you, the country would already be 100% lost. That's a fact. Because most people do give up. Most people don't even start to care, much less fight through all this shit and keep exposing it and keep talking about it and keep wanting freedom to be restored. Keep wanting justice to be restored. The federal government wants to know, how much taxes do we have to pile on their heads before they finally realize that they're owned? Why do people have to fight back so much? Well, because our natural tendency, folks, is to do just that, to fight back. Right? The fight or flight mechanism. Well, for the most part, flight. Or just quitting, not even trying. That's the way that most people operate. The other way is to see the injustice, to feel the pain, the suffering, the pressure, and to shove back at these people. And say, you know, I've had enough of this shit. It's my life, it's my world, it's my country too. And we know the difference between right and wrong. So they fight back, people like you. You try and wake people up so they understand, because it's the right thing to do, and you do it. And you meet a bunch of people, you meet all of these people that don't have any fight in them. Yet they're allowed a say in how things go. Is it easier just to give up, folks? Yeah. Is it easier just to roll over? Yeah. I don't know how many Animal Planet videos I've seen where the gazelle or the deer or whatever gets caught by the lion and it just eats it basically while it's still alive, and it just lays there. It's like, fuck it, I quit. And then there's other times and other places where the animals just don't give up. They just fight all the way until they win or they lose. But they don't just roll over instantly. Folks, this is our place right now. This is our time. Keep fighting. Keep fighting these bastards. How much is enough? We should be calling and screaming for impeachment, for removal, for expulsion from Congress, expulsion from Washington, expulsion from D.C., from the bureaucracy, from all forms of power and authority. If you did if you did any single action that these people have done in your job, you would be fired. You would be prosecuted. You would go to jail. And no one would have any sympathy for you. There'd be no support for you if you took bribes, if you stole people's money, if you took and revealed secrets, whether it's corporate or government, doesn't matter. You would go to jail. It would be called fraud, a criminal conspiracy. It would be called embezzlement. It would be called, bribery, accepting a bribe. But that's what these people do. And then they stand in front of the camera and smile and tell you that you don't need to worry about it, that they got it covered. How much does it take? Well, apparently there's not enough suffering and pain yet for people to wake up and realize they're being eaten alive. They're being held down. They're being eaten right now. And if they don't do something, if they don't start acting, it's going to be too late for them. But folks, you're prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You, my friends, have a plan. You understand what's going on, and you are prepared for it. It doesn't make it easy. It certainly doesn't make it fun. But it does mean you're prepared. And you ought to be. The time is coming, and fast, when it will be too much. when the fight is on by both sides and the gloves come off and the teeth are bared and the knives are exposed. The time is coming. Tomorrow? Probably not. By the election? Very well could be. We're going to find out, folks. We're going to find out. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours.